Hi, this is Mayayo speaking for trailrunningspain.com in yet one more review of trail running gear for you in English. Remember, we also do it in Spanish at carrerasdemontana.com. Today we are going over the new Cascadia 13. Now, a very successful saga ever since Scott Jurek came as the creator of the very first of them. And in my experience, I have run with Cascadias for every year, the last 8 years. My first Cascadia was Cascadia 5, which shared with me the 100 miles at Leadville, Colorado. And ever since, I've wanted to run with this shoe every year. Now, Cascadia 13 key specifications are the retail sales price, $130 for dollars, euro. For the basic, 160 for the Gore-Tex version. Now, it's still quite a heavy trail running shoe. It's 335 grams. And basically, let's say 300 would be the split between those light trailers and the heavy trailers. However, it is not a specially cushioned shoe for the heavyweights because it does have quite a large drop, which, as you know, is the difference, the incline between midfoot and heel. Here we've got 10 millimeters drop, which is 17 millimeters up front of cushioning versus 27 millimeters at the back. Now, 17 millimeters is quite low, actually. It's the similar to that of Salomon running shoes, most of them, which is good if you want to have a good feeling for the ground, but it's not really competitive in terms of cushioning these days, whereas their very own sister Caldera goes up to 21 millimeters, and you've got the maximalist shoes that go way up from 30 onwards. Now, that in terms of the height. The second variable to see how cushioned a shoe is the width of the sole. Now, the sole here for Cascadia is quite narrow and long, as you see, which is great in terms of precision when you want to step and in terms of agility, but it's not as cushioned. So it's, once again, both Caldera and Pure Grit are better cushioned shoes than Cascadia 13. So why is the Cascadia evolving this way? Well, so as to provide us with more technical shoe when we go out of the easy trails and we go into the rocks. So we've got 11 centimeters wide here and almost 9 at the back. The shoe is very well protected all over, as you will notice, and so as to ensure that if we was to hit a rock, we will be well protected. Now, in terms of the changes for this year, well, you see the upper brings the most noticeable ones with these thermoplasties wrapped all over up here. Now we've got the addition of a lace garage up here in terms if you want to stick your laces in, and the Velcro back up here, as you will see, for the gaiter, and a gasketed tongue, trying to increase breathability if we are to share, torrid temperatures with them, and minor changes in the design, which in fact veterans of Cascadia will remember that for some years we had a very, very similar designs. The pivots, the 4 pivots are still there. The perimeter lugs, come back. The central lugs. The lugs are not that prominent, actually, just 4 millimeters. Remember that for true mud, we want lugs from 6 to 8 millimeters. I mean, even up to twice as long as this. But still, as I said, it's an all-around trail running shoe, and that's its value. If you were to have a single pair of shoes and you are not a heavyweight, this may be your call. You know, they will do well anywhere, any place, be it at a forest road or at a tricky crag, whatever. Cascadia will be going with you. However, as an alternative, if you want to go the easy miles on the forest road or easy trails, obviously Caldera is a way better option. You know, as you see, big difference in terms of the sole. One is narrow long, the other is broader, more rounder. Their drops are very different. 10 for Cascadia, 4 for Caldera. That means that even though it does not have as much reinforcement as being closer to the ground with your heel, if your technique is correct, that means you get better balance even on technical trails. So if you're at good, if you got balance and experience on the mountain, you may consider these shoes. Personally speaking, I have been running for already about 100 miles with these shoes. I'm very happy with them in all aspects except for the sole. But unfortunately, the sole of the Cascadia, while better grip in terms of traction when soft ground, it's not that better when there's wet rock. In terms of wet rock, usually still European soles come out as winners, be it the Italians of Sportivo or Vibram, the Germans of Continental, the British of Innovate, more reliable so far. And well, what we'll do is, in terms of the Casanin, well, it's the classic Brooks DNA, well known by all runners, be it in street or trail running from Brooks. And as I said, very reliable workhorse. Those who have come to love Cascadia, and I count myself in that list, will still appreciate what it delivers. In my opinion, it is not the most technical shoe out there. It is not the most comfortable one, as it was back 5, 6, 7 years ago. However, it's still all-round shoe, and in that it is pretty unique. So it may help you from having to buy 2, 3, 4 pairs. And we will put it to the test, as usual, over 200, 300 miles for you, and share out the results at trailrunningspain.com, or you may look it up with us on Google, which is Brooks Trail Running Mayayo, Miyayo, where you may read either in English or in Spanish all the reviews that we have been doing for the last 11 years while working as a trail running specialist in English and Spanish. Well, mates, see you out on the trails. Bye.